For this tutorial, we are going to make an action that we can use to paint on lightening and darkening on our images. We can make it lighter and darker where we want. And we're going to use curves to do this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go down here and we're going to, I set up a new set called Easy Workflow. I did this earlier, but it doesn't matter where you decide to store the action. And we're going to create an action, and we're going to call it Light and Dark. And we're going to save it under the set Easy Workflow. Hit record, and now it's recording this. The first thing we're going to do is create a lightning layer with curves. So click on the curves and then draw this bar up until you get it nice and light. Then we're going to click Control or Command if you're on a Mac, I, and it inverts this layer mask right here, turns it black. In other words, it doesn't show up at all. Then we're going to double click on the letters that says Curves 1, and we're going to call this Lighten. Then click the eye out of here to hide the layer, and go ahead and go to the background, and we're going to make another curves layer. We're going to drag this bar down. Then we're going to click Control I or Command I if you're on a Mac to invert that. No, ignore that. Double click on the layer that says Curves 1, and we're going to call this Darken. Now we have created a darkening layer and a lightening layer. We can go ahead and put the little eye back in there so that both of them are visible. We haven't used either one yet, so it's not showing up. Another thing I like to do is go ahead and create a new group. Pull this to the top here, then click on Lighten, hold your Control or your Command button, click on Darken so it highlights both of those, and drag those, holding your left click down, into the Group 1 folder. So now you see you can click this, and those two curve levels are saved under that group folder, and I'll show you why I like to do that in a minute. That's all we need to do to create this action. This action's done. We'll go ahead and hit Stop Playing. Now, to use this action, you're going to click on Lighten. So you've got this black here. Your brush over here, you've got your brush selected. Right now it shows black. So if you paint it on the picture, it's not going to show anything. White will reveal what is in that black. Now I'm going to make my brush way bigger. Bigger than that. So I got a lot of lightning I want to do. There we go. Maybe even bigger than that. And my opacity is set at 54%, and I'm going to go ahead and set it down to about 40%. My flow's at 43%. And so I am going to paint on lightning. Paint it lighter right here in the center. Draw my eye right to this sweet little face. And then I'm going to click down to my darken layer, and I'm going to paint on the darken. I'm just painting it around like a vignette. Now, this is my grouping, and the reason I like to do this group, see this eye right here? You can click on that, and it hides everything you've done with that group. So you can see the before and the after. Before, after. And that's your lightening and darkening. Now that's all you were going to do to this image. Don't forget you need to compress the layers if you're going to try to save it into a JPEG. You can do that by hitting Shift Control E, and it flattens the layers, and then you can save it.